Hello, this is Mrs. Grace, Vice Principal at the Sutton Academy. This is a detailed presentation explaining to you how you can understand your child's track and report in Key Stage 3. On arrival at the Academy, all children in Key Stage 3 are assigned a target band. These target bands are generated using their prior attainment data from Key Stage 2 and any other testing that we may have conducted as an academy as appropriate, for example, reading age scores. There are 5 target bands in total, which are ranked in order of ability. All target bands are the same for every academic subject, although this may not be the case in PE. We have made a decision as a leadership team at the Academy not to share target bands with students, parents or carers, as we do not want target bands to limit students' progress or be demotivating for students. At the Academy, students are assessed formally 3 times throughout the academic year. These assessments are fed back to parents in Tracking 1, Tracking 2 and Tracking 3 reports. Students are given an assessment in each subject based on what they have been learning in the curriculum so far up until that point. Assessments are marked by teachers and students receive a percentage score based on their performance in that particular assessment. In order to give your child the best chance of performing well in their assessments, they will be provided with revision lists and resources. These revision lists will include everything they need to study in order to be prepared for their assessments. Resources may include things like knowledge organisers. Teachers will hand out these resources in lessons, but we will also make sure electronic versions are available on Teams in case they are misplaced. We will signpost both students and parents to this through class charts. Parents will receive a letter 2 to 3 weeks before every tracking assessment takes place so that you can support your child in being adequately prepared. We want to ensure that students in Key Stage 3 build the right habits to be successful in Key Stage 4 and beyond, and we feel this is an excellent habit building process for students to make sure that they are in the correct routines to be prepared for GCSE and A-level examinations. Once your child has sat their assessment and their percentage score has been calculated, their performance will be compared to their target band to determine whether your child is working at expectation for their ability. This will then lead to a judgment that is reported home on Track and Report, which will either say in that subject your child is working at expectation, exceeding expectation, below expectation or significantly below expectation. If your child's performance on their assessment is higher than their target band, then they will judge to be exceeding expectation. If their performance is in line with their target band, then that will be meeting expectation. If a student's performance on the assessment is lower than their target band, then they will be judged to be below expectation. And if it is a lot lower than their target band, they will judge to be significantly below expectation. The most important thing about any assessment is to identify not only what your child does know, but what they do not know, so that both teachers, students and parents can act on this information in order to improve. We have designed the Track and Report to ensure that this takes place. You will be provided with a brief overview of the curriculum content that has been covered since the previous track and assessment. This is what the assessment has been based on in each subject and what your child has been assessed on. During your lessons, your child will have reviewed their assessment with their class teacher, and they will have been given specific feedback on specific areas that they need to improve as a learner. Curriculum leaders have populated Microsoft Teams pages with additional resources and tasks that students can complete in order to address gaps in knowledge or any misconceptions they have. We have made sure we have provided a link to a narrated video explaining how your child can access Microsoft Teams in their Track and Report. In addition to this information, you will also be provided with the following on your child's Track and Report. You will have a year-to-date attendance figure at the time the Track and Report was published. You will also have a year-to-date achievement points total and a behaviour points total. This again will be run from the day the Track and Report was published. We've also asked teachers to generate, as on previous report, an attitude to learning score and a home learning score, and you will receive this information as well. On this slide, you will see an example tracking report. As detailed previously, you will see that you get the attendance information, the achievement point information, and the behaviour point information. These will all be given to you as a year-to-date figure when the report was published. We then have the subjects and the teachers down the left-hand side, along with the judgment about whether your child is exceeding, meeting, below, or significantly below in those subject areas. We have colour-coded this to make it really easy and visual for parents to read. In addition, you will receive an attitude to learning judgment and a home learning judgment for every subject. This is an example tracking report for page 2. As you can see, down the left-hand side, you have all of the subjects along with the current curriculum information that has been covered so far since the previous tracking. This is what the assessment will be based on and what your child has been assessed on within that test. As detailed previously, students will have reviewed their performance on these assessments with class teachers. Students should use the feedback that they have been given from class teachers to address any gaps or misconceptions that they have. Faculty leaders and curriculum leaders have populated Microsoft Teams pages with appropriate feedback tasks and resources that students can work on in order to improve. For any further guidance and support you may need on how to access Microsoft Teams pages, please follow the link below. Thank you for listening. I hope you found this presentation useful. Please do not hesitate to contact me at any time at the Academy. You can either do this via phone or email, and I will attempt to answer any questions or queries that you may have regarding the assessment process or the tracking reports in Key Stage 3.